Hey, what's up, my friends? I just wanted to talk about something that I've been going through lately, something that I'm going to try again for the millionth time, and that's taking on a life of sobriety. And this is day 4 of this go round, and even though I had to deal with some withdrawal problems, a little bit of anger, man, I feel extremely great. I feel humble. I I feel powerful. I feel sharper. All of those things, and I just wanted to speak. Anybody who wants to get sober, and I'm not even necessarily talking about the hard stuff because I wasn't on hard stuff. Not too much in my life, but my issue was with just smoking weed too much, being too dependent, waking up to smoke, and I even found myself day drinking at times, and so. And I drank myself sick a couple times, man, just from doing it too much. And now I would like to speak on the benefits right now, why it's fresh, why it's clear. I'm going out of order because I was supposed to write something. Well, actually, there is no order, but I was supposed to write it down. So maybe there's a part 2. Actually, I'm going to be vlogging as new things come up about this. So the first thing, I tore down some walls. So what I mean is, I found myself to be quite apathetic, which is a side effect of, heavy marijuana use. It doesn't mean that you don't have empathy, but you find yourself being, I don't know, you just kind of distance yourself, and I found myself wanting to be closer. I found myself like not being able to feel close to my daughter, not being able to enjoy her company and her lightness and her natural high and things like that. And that's a red flag with me. So, and like right now, I'm just really excited to see her, and although I did experience that when I was smoking weed, something about smoking weed made me really conscious about the time where it's like, no, I have to work. I can't be spending time with this baby. Internally I'm like that, but I'm always around my child. Every day I'm around my child pretty much is what I'm saying. She's at daycare right now with my mom, but yeah, so right off the bat, man, I just feel so much more connected to her. I feel so grateful. I feel like I have it all. I feel like, because when we do drugs, alcohol, weed, and things like that, we want that warm feeling. We want something that's going to take away that pain, take away all the stress, so we can kind of get out of our minds in a sense. So I'm not quite there as far as feeling that warmth inside me, but I feel extremely motivated. And if this is your first time hearing from me, I'm practicing semen retention. So I feel like the effects of semen retention and practicing it for so long is actually optimized at this point. So all of the benefits that I spoke on were always true, but for the bulk of this year, I didn't get to experience that sober. So, and I've been practicing semen retention since January, and I don't know how many days in between January and now I've been sober. So, I'm definitely anticipating big things to happen because I already find myself gravitating towards other things. Okay, so I'm gravitating towards, I want to read more. I've been checking out the Bill Gates documentary on Netflix. You got to check it out. I'm gonna make a video about that, man, because there's a lot of game in there. And he reads 150 pages an hour, and that's just like motivating me. And now I just feel like I just want to solve the world's problems and things like that. So all good in that regard. Hold on. I want to put my phone on airplane mode real quick so nobody interrupts this. Okay, so sorry about that. So, but anyway, um, where was I? Somebody remind me. But anyway, oh yeah, I just feel a lot sharper. I feel like I want to solve the world's problems. I feel like I want to just add to my arsenal, add to my resources. I feel like I just want to attack things, and I don't feel so anxious right now. See, I'm all over the place. I thought I was going to be able to break it down into groups like this, but this is good right here. This is good. I'm just going to touch base on all the things that I'm experiencing right now. Maybe I'll make another video when I talk about other benefits in theory that I may not necessarily be experiencing, but those things I'm definitely experiencing. So I already spoke on the downsides, a little bit of downsides that I did have. Like, my stomach was extremely weak from dealing with withdrawal, but it faded pretty much after last night. It was it's like I always have a hard time eating shortly after I wake up anyway. But anything with some grease in it or whatever is like bad for my stomach. But especially when I'm dealing with withdrawal. But that's behind me. But besides that, man, I've definitely been craving some sugar. So that's to be expected. So my emotions, my anger, and things like that, it has died down. Like I said about my anxiety and my fear about the future, and matters of being an entrepreneur and things like that, have died down. So, and also as an entrepreneur, I just want to spend more time to the craft, spend more time, building my brand, bringing in some money, and all those things. So abstaining from doing weed and drinking and things like that, it saved me some time, because those little 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they add up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you are somebody who looks back at the day, at the end of the day, and say, damn, where did all the time go? Then you really have to start looking at what's taking up your time. So it's a sacrifice, and it may seem like a setback. You take away something that brings you some joy, some pleasure, make you feel good, so you can get something greater. And I consciously understand that. But when you feel terrible, when you feel like you don't have an outlet or whatever, it makes that even more complicated. But I do have outlets. I have healthy outlets. Okay. Just playing video games, writing, working on my stuff, man. Reading, all of these things, man. Just building myself up, building my mind up, and feeling great about it. You know what I'm saying? This is a prime opportunity to really make something out of myself. And I'm not saying you being a weed hitter or even you being an alcoholic is going to stop you from getting there, but for me, it's just not necessary. How you choose to unwind is your thing. Maybe in the future, maybe in the near future, but maybe in the future, a drink, some smoking, and to go to sleep, to rest at the end of the day, maybe. But I think I just want to rely on everything that's going on in here. Now, people were talking about try some. Was it Kratom or Kratom? One of the two. And I think I may see what that's all about. It's supposed to be, very calming. And I don't know if you can even get it where I'm at in America, but if you can even order it, if that's illegal or not. But, I may try that out. But right now, man, the substance of the mind and things that I feed myself, I'm actually taking this time to really double down on some of the practices that I recommended to you guys, which I have already, I don't just recommend things without practicing it. So, I'm going to my cold showers, I'm intermittent fasting, still practicing semen retention, working out, playing chess, all of these things to build myself up. Because when you have a void, you want to fill it up. It's best to fill it up, man. And I found myself a lot, man, just craving some type of rehabilitation. Like, I almost thought about, like, checking myself into rehab or something like that. And I was like, maybe it's not even that extreme for me, because I quit cold turkey multiple times. And as you know, and this go around, as I quit, it's apparent to me that I don't need to go to rehab. I don't need to go to AA meetings or whatever. No matter how destructive I found my habits to be, how toxic I was, or whatever it may be, I no longer feel the need for that, and it's quite instant. I don't need help in kicking that. I got all the help, my responsibilities, that helps, and my child and all that, and wanting to actually make a difference, not just say much love and I love you and all that, but to feel it, you know what I'm saying, to really express how you feel in a way that just feels natural, not forced, whatever it is, not brought on by something else, but just straight from the heart, man, just straight from the soul. All right, so those are the benefits, and I'm just trying to think of some of the other ones. In fact, I do have some more benefits, and I'm gonna go ahead and write them down, and I'll make a part 2 for that. But for now, if you're thinking about quitting weed, smoking all the time, and maybe even drinking all the time, if you're kind of on the fence about it and you can quit cold turkey, man, give it a run. If you might need a little help, just reach out to people. If you want to reach out to me, you just go ahead, hey, reach out to me, and I'll try my best to talk you through it. Now, I don't have all the time in the world to dedicate to you, so hopefully, you're resourceful enough to read some literature, go check out some other videos on YouTube. Like, it's a very resourceful world that we live in, and I'm thankful for it, because I remember last time that I decided that I was going to stop smoking weed, I went to YouTube to get hyped up about being sober. That's what I do. Whenever I try to embark on something that's, I'm kind of iffy about, I'm going to research it. I want to, get an extra push in that direction. So I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, cool, right. I'm going to do this, okay. And that's pretty much a lot of the practices that I do. A lot of things that's within my ritual, a lot of things that I do every day is something that I research to get me hyped up about. And if you look at some of my older videos, because I'm looking at myself right now, you see how glassy my eyes were, how slow I was moving, which is cool. I may come back and make a video where I am talking slow, but I'm trying to knock it out right now, because I want to get to some reading and some writing, and then I'm gonna go into this library to find some books to buy. But to wrap this all up, I want to give you all a couple of takeaways. If you've been smoking weed for a long time and you don't notice, being sober is a high of its own, because you're so accustomed to being under a different mindset that this is a complete switch. So this is a switch, all right? You have to be willing, because if you curse things like this, you're probably going to have a hard time. You got to fill your time with something productive, all right? You don't trade weed for alcohol. If you trade alcohol for weed, I'm not too mad about that. But I just remember being younger and people saying, "No, I don't smoke weed no more. I just drink." So I think that could be very destructive. But just know that if you want to substitute whatever it is that you may be abusing, there are positive alternatives for it, or less harmful ones. All right, so you can't get too mad at a drug addict for being addicted to sugary drinks and things like that. Okay, it's a start. You won't necessarily die from from drinking some sugary drinks, eating cake, or it's all good. But anyway, thank you for your time. I appreciate all the support that I've been getting. Making these videos. I'm really excited to put out a lot more content for you all. Really appreciative of the people who found me, who took a chance on me. Just really appreciate that. It just makes me want to just keep working harder. So getting kind of teary-eyed, but thanks a lot, man. Peace.